RedEye, it's me, Rainn Wilson. I'm here at Sundance talking about Cooties, and our debut our world premiere was last night at midnight, so I've got some serious red eyes.
How's your Sundance going so far, Rainn?
Going very well.
Obviously, I'm from Chicago. You've spent a bunch of your life in Chicago. I'm wondering, how pervasive were Cooties at New Trier?
No Cooties at New Trier that I could see. There were a lot of Porsches at New Trier, but that's a little bit different.
Is that the natural progression of life, that once Cooties go away, the Porsches come in?
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Are you able to hear me okay on this, do you think?
I think it should be fine, hopefully.
Should we ask people to be quiet?
Yeah, you could ask people to be quiet.
Can you guys keep it down a little bit?
Keep it down.
Simmer down, people. Simmer down.
When you were younger in elementary school, how scared were you of the opposite sex? How worried were you about Cooties?
Yeah, I was both fascinated with and terrified by girls my whole life. Cooties I never got. I never got lice, but my sons had lice.
Really?
The funny thing about lice is there's all these companies that will come and get rid of the lice, delousing companies, and they have very funny names like Lice to Meet You and Louse in the House and all this kind of funny things. So it's very funny.
I was interested when I was researching Cooties. I saw on the Wikipedia page it's a childhood fictional disease, but it doesn't feel fictional when you're that age, does it?
No, no, it doesn't. It feels very real, and in the movie, it's very, very real, and it causes kids to become bloodthirsty, cannibalistic monsters. So,
what would be going through your mind if this really happened to you?
If children started trying to bite my face off?
Yeah. Assuming it hasn't happened before.
It has not yet, but that would be pretty fucked up. That would be, yeah, I think that would, my heart might just give out. I mean, that's about as bad as it gets.
Well, it seems like I've heard that you play kind of a badass in this movie, which is not really haven't been a badass a whole lot on screen before.
Yeah.
How different was that for you?
Yeah, that was one thing that drew me to it. You know, I play this guy Wade Johnson, that's the gym teacher, and he's kind of a good old boy, truck driving, former football star, and cowboy boot wearing, and it was just a lot of fun. Very different than Dwight, very different than a lot of the other roles I played. So I love doing that. I think part of acting is the act of transformation, and I like, you know, when I die and they show my Oscar montage and they show all the pictures of the different characters I played, I want people to go like, oh wow, I was kind of a chameleon.
You said you were fascinated and terrified by girls when you were younger. Do you remember a particular interaction you had, the first moment you had when you look back, you're like, I either handled that great or terribly?
I would always freeze up, so every interaction I had with a girl, like they'd come up and like, they would say a joke or an offhanded conversation or whatever it was, and I would just immediately go, I would just fall into that mode.
And did they like that?
No, they didn't like that very much. They were just like, ew. You know how girls are.
Yeah, but those are the experiences you look back on and you feel like you learned something from, right?
Yeah, but then I found a woman who found it endearing, and we've been together for 23 years, so it works out in the end. So.
She likes when you freeze up and seem uncomfortable.
Yeah.
My wife loves that too. It's okay.
Exactly.
When I was looking up other allegedly fictional diseases, I saw that in other films there have been cutie pox and toxic junk food syndrome. Which of those two would you rather have?
I would love to try toxic junk food syndrome, just to see how that feels. That entailed like a day of eating like ding-dongs and Cheetos, casserole. Yeah, I'd love to give that a try.
So you do not have toxic junk food syndrome as of now?
I don't have it now, nor have I ever, yes.
If you don't mind me asking, to look back on The Office, how do you feel about the way things wrapped up for Dwight?
I thought the last season of The Office was fantastic. I think that over the last couple of years of it, it had some ups and downs, and some great episodes, so I think fans were like, oh, but the last season, I think, was just awesome. And I love the way things wrapped up for all all the characters. But Dwight and his wedding to Angela, and how heartfelt it was. I think it was, Greg Daniels handled it just perfectly.
Yeah, I loved it too. Do you think that's sort of inevitable that when a show goes on that long, you are going to have some of those ups and downs?
Sure. Every show has done it, you know. Same with Friends, same with Seinfeld, same with all the kind of really good American comedies. It's hard to do 22, we did like 24 episodes a year for 8.5 years. And you just are like, for the writers to generate that much material in that short a time, you're shooting it all in 8 months. It's tough to keep the quality high.
Can you think of anything that kind of sets the bar when you go back and like watch a full series? You're like, wow, they really kept it high the whole time.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of shows that have, but usually the shows that have done that have more limited series. You know what I mean? They're doing 13 a year or something like that. Breaking Bad, The Sopranos, The Wire, those kind of dramas. Comedy-wise, and there's so many great ones. But even if you look at the greatest of the great ones, there's a lot of dud episodes out there.
I'm very interested that this movie comes from someone behind Saw and someone behind Glee.
Yeah.
Would you rather see a Saw musical or a Glee episode with a lot of violent contraptions?
I would love to see a Glee episode where there's a chainsaw involved and a lot of those annoying little bastards' heads get chopped off while singing. So they're like doing like, do you believe in life after love? And their heads get severed and spew vomit and bile. I would love to see that.
Why do you think that Cher song came to mind just now?
Glee! It's so up with people. I don't know. Hi. How are you, John?
Good, how are you doing?
Good.
You missed the party till 5 a.m.
I did.
You missed it.
Yes, I did.
You're lucky.
What's something that you still really hope to do in your career that you haven't gotten a chance to yet?
Speaking of Cher, I would say that probably party with Cher. I've not partied with Cher, and I was hoping someday I would get to.
Do you think she would say that about you?
I don't think she would say that about me. I don't think she knows who I am.
Of course she does.
It makes me very sad. Do you think Cher knows who I am?
Everyone knows who you are. Yeah. Do you think she just sits in like her ice castle and watches Real Housewives or something?
I read her Twitter feed. It's hysterical. Cher's Twitter
haven't.
feed is like, it's like one long drug trip. I don't know. She just talks entirely in emoticons.
Really?
Probably she speaks in emoticons.
Wow, that's fascinating. I need to follow her.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a few options. Feel free to take advantage of whichever one that you'd like. Can you either tell me a joke, rap part of a song that you know the words to, or sing part of your favorite TV theme song?
Yeah, I could sing the Office theme with lyrics.
Okay, let's hear it.
The office is in Scranton, PA. Come and visit Dwight and Michael, and Jim and Pam and Ryan, and Mindy Kaling too. What do you think? I'm still working on it.
That was awesome.